Hello, my wildlings, and welcome back to Turnabout in the Fast Lane. In the last episode, we discussed the ins and outs of what a reverse Romeo and Juliet would really be. And it got very complicated and very strange, and in this episode, we're probably going to do a cross-examination. So let's get to it. Thank you for that unnecessary comparison, Your Honor. The defense contests the motive. There is no way that Flash killed her for something like that. Easy there, Athena. We'll need to go through the cross-examination if we want to start proving that. Jumping the gun won't get us anywhere. Someone like Blackquill would be all over it like a hawk. Yeah, a literal hawk in Simon's case.
The defense was saying...
What I mean to say is, I would like to begin the cross-examination and question the witness. Good save, Fraulein. Witness, our fans await the encore. I wish you wouldn't treat this like a concert, prosecutor, but very well. Cross-examination. A motive of the heart. We have already discussed the culprit's drunken state, and as usual, I will press everything, because you never know what you might find. I don't see what that has to do with anything. Really, Miss Sykes, it isn't a locked room mystery we're dealing with here. Oh, thank goodness for that. Hey, locked room mysteries can be fun. I quite enjoy them anyway. I don't know, I found them to be mentally invigorating. Yes, exactly. Thank you, Athena. More like mentally degrading. But anyway... And his reasons for such depression are tied to his motive. His reasons? What do you mean? You do know, if you just use that mind of yours beneath the coat of dust and cobwebs, it's an obvious motive, really. No retort, Athena? I have one. If you give me a few more minutes. Right, I'm sure you do. Pfft, I'll show her. As I was saying, namely, he and the victim were previously dating. But they were a happy couple. Until the day of the incident, isn't that right? Well, I thought as much. But the day of the murder, Miss Swinton had broken up with the culprit over the phone. It's true that Flash was in bits about it. His heart still screams. But I must admit, I don't really know why she broke up with him in the first place. Yes, that. I'm afraid our investigation hit a small wall with that point as well.
A wall? Would you mind elaborating on that, witness?
I will endeavour to explain as best I can. But first... So he drank his misery away, but as he became more drunk, his self-control faded away. But he still loved her. He said as much when I saw him. I mean, he wouldn't have done anything bad to her. The body would claim otherwise, Miss Sykes. And the murder weapon was his own vehicle, if you may recall. I refuse to believe that he would do such a horrible thing. Then you are young and naive. But I digress. He was overcome with anger and vengeance, so he murdered her in cold blood. Well, I still think you're wrong, and I'm going to prove it. Yeah, that wasn't particularly helpful. The reason for the breakup is yet unknown. The culprit himself seems unaware as to her reasons. So nobody knows why the breakup happened. Yeah, that's suspicious. Not even Flash? According to the defendant, it was a short, "it's over" conversation, and then she hung up on him. She never gave her reasons. Well, I mean, surely somebody must know why. If they had problems, wouldn't it be kind of hard to hide? We've interviewed friends and family, but nobody knew a thing. It seems like the breakup came almost out of the blue. So you can imagine why the culprit was angry enough to commit murder. Huh. Out of the blue. That's a little odd for someone to end a relationship that has no problem. I should take a note of that, just in case. This guy's testimony added to the court record. Let's have a quick look at that. It seems like the breakup came almost out of the blue. Yeah. Well, that's certainly going to come in handy later. Now, what was Maurice's testimony saying again? It was an awfully dark night, the perfect scripted setting for a murder. Useful, I'm sure, but not just yet. I don't see any contradictions with the evidence. Flash was in a bad way that night. I don't think we'll find much more information from the motive. And since Flash doesn't remember a thing, it'll be hard to break. Oh, I'm a sleepy boy. So what do we do? We might have more luck with the next witness, so we should move on. Yeah, I guess you're right. No more questions. Truly? I suppose it cannot be helped. But surely our judge can now see that the defendant had a strong motive for murder, yeah?
It would certainly seem that way to me. There is no denying that they had strong reason. But does the defense have a rebuttal?
Not right now, Your Honor.
I see. So not only is it plausible that he could have committed the crime, but he also has a solid motive. This certainly isn't looking good for your client, defense.
Exclamation mark. Your Honor, the trial isn't over yet. It's still entirely possible that our client was unconscious, and until we know for sure, we cannot adjourn. I accidentally tapped the thing, but it's fine. While everything fits the crime so far, our forehead is not without a point. The question of whether or not the defendant was at the scene is still a matter of debate. One that I, of course, have already prepared for.
So there is an eyewitness to the moment of impact?
It should be noted that the impact was caught on the DMV security camera. And yes, there was an eyewitness to the crime. That sloth from earlier, no doubt. And if the boss is right, she's hiding something. And if we don't break this next testimony, this trial is over. Thanks for the added pressure, Apollo. But he's right. If everyone thinks it was Flash inside the car, everything is stacked against us. I need to find some crack if we're to stand a chance. My, you certainly look serious, Fraulein. If you are so fired up, let us not waste any time. Thank you for your time, witness. You know where I am if any details need clarifying. And poof, she's gone like a ninja.
Bailiff, bring the next witness to the stand.
All right, Miss Tripletoe, I'm ready for you. I'm kind of expecting Maurice now because it sounds like that's the build-up. No, it is Miss Tripletoe. Witness, name and occupation. Priscilla Tripletoe. I work at the local DMV.
Oh, yes, I see. And I suppose I'll see or hear more in the next episodes. This fourth wall thing gives me a headache. But I'll leave the outro to you, Chris.
Thanks, Judge. Appreciate it. But yes, as he says, we'll be doing all that in the next episode. And I'll see you all then. Goodbye, good night, and good luck.